Hello, my name is Bob. Welcome to a short stop on pool. Eklent Kaci is a young player from Albania, and I've been really impressed watching him play 9-ball and 10-ball lately. So I was looking forward to doing a review and commentary on the 99-ball run that he got at the 2019's Derby City Challenge. So without further ado, let's get into the run. He spreads the rack pretty good with that side pocket opening break shot. He's got a shot on the 14 in the side, and that's about it. Good thing that ball is hanging in the corner pocket. The 14 is a little bit of a tricky cut shot, but that combination isn't very missable, and he should have a good shot to get going afterwards. He may have been trying to hit the 5-ball right there, although probably not because it's pretty tough off the rail. Regardless, he'd have the 14 ball next no matter what. And now he's playing position below the rack so he can open up that cluster of balls in the rack area, which works out really well. That's a pretty dangerous shot coming between the 13 and the 1. Regardless, coming center table gives him lots of options to get into his end pattern, no matter if his position is long or short. Obviously, the 1 or the 13 will be his break ball. Those 2 balls above the 13 are going to be trouble. I wonder if he'll deal with those sooner or later. So the answer is sooner. The 10, 15, and then the 8 lead naturally to each other and allows him to deal with those 2 balls. And now with just 5 balls left, he's squarely in the end pattern. The 6 ball leads naturally to the 4, and he comes up short on this 2 ball on the side, and it's a really delicate shot that he holds for the 1 to use as his key ball for the 13. Notice that he left himself a really sharp angle on that break ball, and that lets him get maximum power into the rack. But now he has 5 balls up table, 6 balls in the rack area, and no potential break balls. So he uses these first 2 shots to get a really nice inside angle on that 3 ball. He can easily move the cue ball in any direction from here, and I thought he would go into the rack area balls. I think he wanted to use the 4 ball to get on the 8 to open up the rack balls, but he came too far. So instead he comes 3 rails around the end of the table, and he comes up a little short on the 2 ball, I think. So now he has to clear these balls up table before he can open the rack area. He leaves the 11 ball as an insurance ball, and that's a better choice than the 5 because he won't have to navigate the side pocket should he need to shoot the 11. The 14 is going to be his break ball now, and the 1 ball could be a key ball, and the 11 ball leads naturally to the 1. Or the 15 could be a key ball, and a number of balls can lead naturally to the 15. By shooting the 15 ball now, Eklent is committing to the 1 as a key ball. You know, the 11 could have worked as a key ball as well, but he didn't have a good way to get on it. So now he's going to have to go 6-1, and he's shooting the 1 ball in the opposite pocket than I suggested, which is best because the 6 ball leads naturally right to it. Now watch Eklent's break shot, and we'll take a look at it in slow motion. His cue ball is actually in the air when it hits the rack ball, and it hesitates for a bit, and then the topspin grabs and it goes forward. So I guess that's one way to keep the cue ball from scratching. This is a perfect result from the break shot. There's no 2 balls are touching. There's not a single trouble ball on the table. He has 2 potential break balls on the table, several key balls. So first he's removing balls that are low and on the outside of the table that might block the pocket for balls that he wants to shoot later. I think he specifically played for this angle to nudge that 7 ball into a better break shot position, and I like leaving the 2 ball alone by itself along the bottom rail for later in the rack. With only 7 balls left, he's in the end pattern now, and I really like leaving the 5 ball as a key ball for the 1 ball as a key ball for the break ball. You could clear the 6-4-2 and then get almost any kind of angle on that 11 ball to get back onto the 5. Instead, Eklent shoots a series of shots that require really good speed control, especially this shot where he plays really close position on that 4 ball. But I can't blame him one little bit for using the 2 ball as the key ball on his break shot. You can get on the break ball a number of ways from there. Eklent's going to hit the 2nd ball from the corner, the 14 ball, really full on the high side, and he decides to draw the cue ball up table. Watching in slow motion, you can see the high hit on the 14 ball, and notice that the 9 ball receives most of the energy from the break shot. The 9 ball bounces off the bottom rail and re-breaks the rack, which is very typical with low break balls. I might have chosen to shoot the 9 in the side and open up those balls near the spot, having the 6 ball as an insurance ball. Perhaps Eklent didn't want to knock any balls towards the 15. In hindsight, I like his choices to remove 2 low balls, and the 3 ball has lots of insurance balls when used to open the rack. Now Eklent has 3 or 4 break balls with a key ball into the side pocket on each side of the table. The 15 ball blocks the corner pocket for those 2 balls on the foot spot, so I think that's what he'll address first. And that's just what he does. It's interesting that after shooting this ball, he nudges another ball over towards that 2. So rather than having to shoot the 15 ball, the blocker ball, out of the way, he shot the other 2 first. Eklent has the 10 as a break ball with the 9 as the key, or the 2 as the break ball with the 4 ball as the key. I like using the 9-10 because the other 3 balls are diagonal across the table from the 9. It's going to make it really easy to get on that key ball. Oops. I'm pretty sure that Eklent didn't mean to come that far on the 4 ball. Now he's got to shoot a recovery shot. Oh, I see. So it looks like he's going to use the 2 as the break shot. This is pretty smart. So he's using the 1 as a setup ball for the 10 to give him the correct angle on the 12 ball to get on the 2. Eklent recovered really nicely there, and that's a testament to his ball pocketing and cue ball control, but I'm certain that he would have preferred a stop shot end pattern to what he had to do. Nice break shot. Let's take a look at it in slow motion. Like the last one, he made a high contact with the racket ball with a high cue ball, only it didn't jump in the air this time. Cue ball backed straight up and went forward again. Eklent has an interesting rack this time. The balls are mostly open, just a couple of balls that are kind of close to each other, and nothing on the rail. And as you can see, he's trying to deal with those balls that are close together immediately. Just little nudges, always with an insurance ball, and pretty soon here he's going to be in the end pattern. In fact, it might be right now. Probably the 5 or this stripe ball will be his break shot with the ball in the side pocket as the key ball, but there's no K2 or setup ball for the key ball across from the key, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays it. From here he could shoot the 15-12 and come above the 5 ball for the key ball on the side, or he could shoot the 15 and then the 10 and draw the cue ball above the break shot. Oh, but instead, he saw a 3-shot stop shot pattern to shoot the key ball in the side pocket on the other side of the table. And that requires really precise control to get on that key ball properly. Another nice hard follow break shot there. This time, Eklent has a rather large cluster of balls in the rack area, and I'm guessing that he's going to go after those sooner rather than later. Ouch, this shows how finicky opening clusters can be. You really want to make sure you have an insurance ball. Eklent put a really good power draw on that shot, and if the 14 ball had stayed up, he'd be fine, but as it is, he's got real trouble, and he studies this for quite a while before doing this. It's a really close call whether that's a bailout shot or a recovery shot. In other words, during a competition, would Eklent have chosen a safety or an intentional foul? In any case, boy, what a great shot from a great player. At this point, Eklent has to consider himself in the end pattern, and I think the 12 in the side pocket is probably the worst key ball because it's on the wrong side of the table from his potential break shot. Any of the other balls could be a key ball. Let's see how he works it out. So basically, he's removing the rack area balls and the lower area balls first. The 2 stripe balls that he leaves last here are diagonal from each other, and that's a really great choice because either ball can set you up for either ball being the key ball. It's really a matter of personal choice there, but with the 7 ball as a really high break shot, you want to get the cue ball to the center of the table. After racking the balls, Eklent decided that they were too high, and I guess rather than re-racking himself, he called an official over to do it. On the break shot, his cue ball made a lower than intended contact with that rack ball, I think, and it looked like it's heading almost for a scratch, but luckily hits the 13. Notice once again that there's no balls left along the rails, and you can see that lots of the perimeter balls go to the rail and come back, so that's a function of the force that he's hitting the break shot with. He might have better results on this table hitting the break shot either a little bit softer or a little bit harder. Regardless, the result is 5 balls in the rack area, which he's attacking now. Here, Eklent is unfortunately forced to shoot his only potential break shot. I think he would have shot the 2 or the 11 if he wasn't hampered by the 9. It's a great choice to go into the 3 ball softly here because he's going to have a shot on one of those 5 balls no matter what happens. Even though he hit the 3 ball thinly, he still came out with a shot, and now he's probably looking to manufacture a break ball, which didn't quite work out, so really not sure what he's going to do from here. Oh, so he's going to play the 11 ball and aside as a break shot. Take a look. If the 9 ball was gone already, he could play a stop shot or draw back just slightly and have a great break shot from right there. But Eklent committed to shooting the 11 ball in the side pocket nearest him a few shots ago, and there's certainly nothing wrong with sticking to your plan. This break shot is not nearly as powerful as most people think. You do not want the cue ball to hit the first rail deep in the corner, which is what Eklent does, but you need a lot of outside spin to get the cue ball wide enough to hit the corner rack ball. And you need to decide if you want to hit it softly, and you'll probably have a shot into a side pocket across from there, or hit it hard to try and get that outside spin to get the cue ball above the rack. As you can see, Eklent hits the near side of the bottom of the rack, which predictably results in the cue ball just floating right back behind it and leaving him no shot. He studies this for a long time before attempting a long rail bank, which doesn't go in, and that's the end of the run. During competition, he would certainly have played a safety there, but that's a really respectable run of 99 balls at the Derby City, and I congratulate him. During this run, I noticed something really interesting, and that's that Eklent Kaci, I seem to remember him having a longer hesitation in his backstroke when I've watched him play 9 ball and 10 ball. But during this straight pool run, he didn't hesitate at all on his backstroke. He would pull back and deliver forward immediately. So I made this composite of 4 different European players. The top left is Chris Melling, top right is Joshua Filler, bottom right is Jason Shaw, and then Eklent Kaci in the lower left. We all know that Chris Melling has a very prolonged hesitation in his backstroke, and I've noticed Jason and Joshua having somewhat of a hesitation in their backstroke as well, but the clips that you're about to see here are all of them playing straight pool, and I've timed the clips so that they each hit the cue ball at the same time. You'll notice that Chris begins his backstroke first and Joshua begins his last. And then at the end, you'll notice that Joshua is the first one to stand. So he's really the fastest player. I guess there's no surprise there. But Eklent is the last one to begin to stand from his shot. Anyway, I thought it was really interesting, and it gave me the idea, maybe I want to do a video where I look at the mechanics of some of the top players, perhaps include a couple others, maybe Shane Van Boening. Let me know in the comments if that sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing. I hope you enjoyed that. If so, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. And leave a comment about anything you liked or that I might have missed. Let's talk straight pool. And be sure to check out the free preview of my book, A Short Stop on Straight Pool, coming in October. Check it out at shortstoponpool.com. Thank you.